Hello, folks. Welcome to this week's Montana Farm Bureau Live with your Lobbyist. It's week 3, and it's coming to an end. You'll notice that this is a little bit different because this week it's just me on the Facebook Live, and that reason is that Rachel Cohn is on Instagram Live. So if you didn't know that we have a Instagram channel, we do, or an Instagram page, I guess I should say. We do have one, and it is, you can search it, Montana Farm Bureau. I think it's at Montana Farm Bureau is the handle. So check that out. If you haven't already, make sure you follow that page, and you can get lots of updates on what we're doing there as well. So, and also you can tune in and watch Rachel's update there as well. So I'm going to be trying to watch comments. I'm going to keep this video quick today, and I will try to answer your questions as they come along. So this is the end of week 3. It was kind of a quieter week in Helena. And the best way I can describe that is that when I checked last Sunday how many bills were up for the week, there were 111. The Sunday before that, there were 127 up for the week. And sure, more get scheduled throughout the week, but it was just kind of surprising to see the number of bills actually go down in the third week instead of going up. But I do think this is maybe a little bit of the calm before the storm. Hi, Alina. Thanks for tuning in. And thanks for saying hi back. Sorry, I got distracted. There's a lot going on around me today. Thankfully, it was a little bit quieter week in Helena because, like I said, it's a little, maybe the calm before the storm. I was checking bill drafts and just reading bills that are going to be coming up or could be coming up, and I added 15 bills to my watch list just in one night. So I think there's a lot of things coming up. So a few things to talk about for this week. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Ray Lee. Thanks for tuning in. A few things to talk about for this week. I'll talk quickly about House Bill 142. That is Representative Kastmeyer's bill that he's carrying for the Department of Agriculture, and it just updates their hemp rules. It updates some definitions to put them in line with federal rules and federal law, and also gives them some rulemaking authority to be able to keep those things current as the federal rules at USDA change. They're able to keep up with them. That's really important to the farmers in Montana who do grow hemp because they need to stay. We need to stay up to date with what federal law and federal rules say so that we're able to continue growing this crop, which has been a great addition to some folks' crop rotations. Montana actually has led the country in hemp acres for several years now. So it's great that our department is keeping on top of things. Hi, Bob. Thanks for tuning in. Diana, Chris, how are you all? So Laura or somebody, thank you. Just helped me out and posted a link directly to House Bill 142 if you want to check it out. It's being carried by Representative Kastmeyer. As I said, he's the chairman of House Ag. It was heard there on Tuesday and had a great hearing and should sail right on through. Another thing I'll mention is that House Bill 14 was introduced this week. It's a little different because these types of bills are heard and worked through the process a little differently than some others. But we support the bill because it contains 3 really important things. It's funding for, one, the veterinary diagnostic lab. As many of you will recall, this is something the legislature has talked about for several years now, the need to get a new lab built and to keep being able to provide the essential services that the livestock industry needs, and also the general public, because they do other testing other than just specifically livestock related testing there. There is the Department of Livestock works really hard to come up with ways to be able to do that, and they came to the table with a plan to request some state dollars, but also to use producer dollars from our per capita fees. So funding for that lab is included in House Bill 14. Likewise, there is funding in there for the wool lab and for some Montana Ag experiment stations upgrades and change updates as well. So 3 really important things in there. I think that the legislature, many in the legislature and the administration recognize how important it is that we get those things through the process this year. And I'm feeling pretty optimistic about it, even though it is a tight budget year. So there may be others with other thoughts, but I guess I prefer to stay positive if I can. Hi, Jean. Thanks for tuning in. Ken and Cindy, hello. So what I was mentioning is it's a little different because the bill was introduced on Wednesday. So the way it usually works is that there will be, a bill has a hearing and it happens in one day. The sponsor presents the bill. There are proponents, opponents, informational witnesses, questions. The sponsor closes. Then they wait a day or so and can make amendments if they want, or then they do what's called take executive action and either add amendments or don't make any amendments and pass or fail the bill, and it moves on through the process. With some of these appropriations processes, they actually introduce the bill and then have a lot of information shared. And I think the reason this is that there are many, many projects and things out there that, that are looking to be funded. And they need to have, sorry, I got distracted again. The committee itself, the subcommittee needs time to understand and work through all of those processes. So they have legislative staff, agency staff, advocates for certain projects all get to come in and talk, and they discuss more than one bill at a time. So on Wednesday when House Bill 14 was introduced, actually 11 was also in the same hearing, and then they added 6 to the mix. So there's a lot going on at the same time, and so they have a chance to evaluate all of the projects. And we'll be watching that closely so that when there is an opportunity for us to offer verbal support in public testimony, that we will do that. We have actually already sent in written comments, but that may be something where if you all are interested in this is a great opportunity to reach out to the Appropriations Subcommittee on Long Range Planning and let them know how important the Veterinary Diagnostic Lab, the wool lab, and the Montana Ag Experiment Stations funding and is to you as part of House Bill 14. So we may get something together and send that out to you and make it easier for you. But there is great opportunity for everyone to be able to go online and submit comments to the committee. So if you have any questions about how to do that, please do let us know. We've written quite a few articles about it. You should probably be receiving either today or early next week, depending on how fast your mail or how slow your mail is, your first written newsletter from us. All Farm Bureau members receive that. Also, voting members receive weekly updates via email on all of the bills we're working. So if you haven't seen those in your inbox, they do come out on Fridays. Check your junk mail. There's a lot of links, so it may have accidentally gotten there. But also, you can call the office at 406-587-3153 and make sure your membership account is up to date and that we have the right email address in there for you. So I haven't seen many questions, but I've been talking so much I haven't really paused to look for them. So if anybody does have one, please go ahead and type it in the comments now. Hi, Carla. Hi, Tracy. Thanks for tuning in. We do really want these to be interactive and helpful to you all. So please do raise your hand. Well, I guess you can't. That's Zoom. I just got off a Zoom call right before I jumped onto this. So I guess I was in that mindset, but type a comment here. If you don't have, if you're watching this later, you can still leave a comment with a question or feedback, and we'll look back at that and try to respond. So thanks for tuning in today. If you haven't done so, make sure and if you are on Instagram, make sure you also follow Montana Farm Bureau on Instagram. And if you were on there today, you would have seen Rachel presenting on that channel. She's more Instagram savvy than I am. So, and we were trying to do these all at noon. So we divided and conquered today. So JM has a question. He says, what issue do you see as being the most pressing coming up? There's going to be a lot of important issues still to come. We're going to be talking about wild versus domestic bison and things of that nature. We've done that for the past 6 sessions, I believe, and hope to get some resolution this year. So I'm not sure. I mean, that's pressing, and it's also exciting because I really hope we're going to get there this year. Doing some background work on that. I've been visiting with legislators about some meat processing bills. There will be more water bills coming up. It just depends. I guess I should preface this by saying there are over 3,000 bill draft requests out there. They will not all be introduced, but they all could be introduced. So far, there's only over, probably around 300 to 320 introduced so far. So many more could come up. And whatever surfaces, we check it out, read it to see if it has anything to do with agriculture, and then if we have policy to support or oppose it. And we work on all of them with equal gusto, depending on how much of a push they need. So this far in the session, we've worked 14 bills, I think maybe 15, and actually supported them all. There's been some things we've worked on a little bit with maybe an amendment or two, but there are, so far it's been positive. So hopefully we stay on that track, and we will continue to keep you updated. So if there are no more questions, I'm going to sign off. Thanks for joining us over your noon hour, and we'll be back in Helena again next week, and looking for all that's up to come, all that's up on the docket. Thanks again for tuning in, and we will talk to you soon.